Right, hey guys, so I'm back in another video from Ham on Beat, and today we are checking out comics and animation references in JoJo's. I really liked the TV and movie references, thought that was cool. Unintentionally checked out in order, because he mentioned he was going to do this after the fact, and it's like 2 years old. But again, I think it's going to be like the last one. I think it's going to be stuff that, when you watch a show, you're not looking for the references, you're not looking for like what stuff's been based off of first time round. I think as soon as things are mentioned or pointed out, it's going to be dead obvious, and I did quite like that with the TV movie. So let's get into this one, shall we?
Hirohiko Araki is known to display his interests prominently in his work, especially in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Especially the music.
These range from references to music and fashion, as well as movies
cool.
and TV. But another large number of references can be found to comics and animation. These include Western cartoons and graphic novels, as well as anime or works from his fellow mangaka. In this video, I'll be going over all of JoJo's references to comics, cartoons, anime, and manga. Araki also very frequently references his own previous manga. While these would count as these kinds of references, I have already made a video in the past mentioning all of these callbacks, so I will refrain from including them in this list unless it is related to another reference. Jonathan's appearance may be inspired by Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. Throughout Part 1, there are also various poses that originate from Fist of the North Star. These include Zeppeli punching the frog, Jonathan's zoom punch, and a couple of others. In the JoJonium Volume 1 interview, Araki says that when creating Jonathan, he wanted him to have an aura of strength similar to the manga Karate Baka Ichidai. Araki has said that Will Zeppeli's mustache is inspired by the one worn by the character Iyami from Osamatsu-kun. When Joseph is a child, he is shown reading a Superman comic book. In the anime, this was changed to Araki's previous manga, Bao. The minor manga-only character Bruto is likely inspired by Bluto, the nemesis character from the Popeye comic strip and cartoon. In the 15th chapter of Battle Tendency, Joseph is shown doing a pose identical to one from the manga Otokogumi. Araki has said that the concept for stands was influenced by the guardian spirit in the manga Ushiro no Hyakutaro. While in his cell, Jotaro can be seen reading Weekly Shonen Jump. In the anime version, the Bao manga can be seen here. In the JoJo Velar commentaries, Araki says that Star Platinum shoulder pads may have been influenced by Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star. Araki says that when designing Jotaro, the first thing he thought of was a character in their school uniform in the middle of the desert. He says that this was inspired by the 1971 manga Babel II.
These aren't as obvious to me right away.
Araki has said that the design of Magician's Red may be influenced by the characters of the French cartoonist Enki Bilal. The most likely character that he's referring to is the renegade Egyptian god Horus from the Nikopol trilogy, who appears very similarly as a man with a bird head. The design of Silver Chariot's face is very similar to the helmet worn by Jagi in Fist of the North Star.
Very similar, my gosh.
When Joseph uses Hermit Purple on the TV, a parody of the anime Doraemon is shown. Araki has said that the character Whole Horse may have been influenced by the character Cobra from the
I like how it's like may have been, not like definitely.
Sci-fi manga of the same name. At the beginning of the Justice arc, the group finds a man whose body is covered in holes. Polnareff compares this to the cheese from the American cartoon Tom and Jerry. The man with the holes appears later in the arc, in a pose very similar to Jagi from Fist of the North Star. In the same arc, Whole Horse gets his hand controlled by Justice, which causes him to turn his gun on himself. This is also very similar to a moment with Jagi in Fist of the North Star. While staying in the hotel, Jotaro uses the fake name Kyutaro. This is most likely a reference to the manga Little Ghost Kyutaro. When Jotaro beats up all of Justice's zombies, the panel is very similar to another from Fist of the North Star.
That's a lot of Fist of the North Star
During the
references.
Judgment arc, one of Polnareff's proposed wishes is to become a cartoonist. He says that he wants to be bigger than Disney, of course referring to Walt Disney, creator of some of the most famous cartoons of all time. Behind Polnareff in this panel are references to various Western cartoon characters. These are William Lapoire from the French series of the same name, and Colonel Clifton from the Clifton series. When trying to figure out how Iggy would fight, Araki says that he studied the manga Silver Fang the Shooting Star Gin, which features a dog as the protagonist.
Yeah, okay.
Due to Magician's Red being inspired by the Nikapol trilogy's Horus character, it's likely that the humanoid form of Anubis is influenced by the Anubis featured there as well.
Okay, makes
Araki
sense.
says that the shadow stand Sethan is inspired by the opening for the anime Tetsujin 28 Go.
Wow.
During the fight against Vanilla Ice, Polnareff does a pose similar to Goku from Dragon Ball.
Whoa!
When Dio makes Wilson Phillips drive into the pedestrians, the character Waldo from the Where's Waldo series can be seen hidden amongst the crowd. In Stardust Crusaders Chapter 141,
That's
the
Kamehameha.
illustration of the world shows him holding his hands similarly to the Kamehameha from Dragon Ball. Dio's attack with the Road Roller is most likely inspired by an attack from the first episode of the Kinnikuman anime.
Ultimate muscle!
At the beginning of the manga, when Josuke is being bullied, one of the bullies says that Josuke's hair looks like the classic manga character Astro Boy. Josuke mishears this and thinks that the bully said it looks like another classic manga character, Sazai-san. One of the manga shown in Hazamada's locker is GP Boy. This manga is illustrated by Hirohasa Onikubo, who was Araki's assistant during parts 2 and 3. He later illustrated part of Araki's other manga, Lives of Eccentrics, and more recently worked on art for the anime adaptations of JoJo. During the fight with Hazamada, Surface mentions the copy robot from the manga Perman. In the JoJo Veller commentaries, Araki says that Perman was his inspiration for Surface's ability. When Koichi's stand evolves, his hair points
It's very
up,
similar to Super
when
Saiyan,
characters go Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball. Some believe that Koichi's stand Echoes is also influenced by the Dragon Ball character Cell, due to its appearance and the way that it evolves. Both Cell and Echoes first appeared around the same time, and Araki hasn't talked about it, so it's hard to say for sure. In the Italian food arc, Okuyasu compares the harmony of taste between the tomato and cheese to be like the harmony between Asao Takamori and Tetsuya Chiba, the creators of the boxing manga Ashito no Joe. Araki has said that Red Hot Chili Pepper's design is influenced by the headbutting dinosaurs featured in the manga Kyoru Daikiko. He has also said that the design may have been influenced by Frieza
as
from
well.
Dragon Ball.
I can see that.
Joseph Joestar's design in Part 4 is likely based on another character drawn by Enki Bilal. When hearing Okuyasu's name, Joseph mishears it as Osamatsu. This is a reference to the manga Osamatsu-kun. In the Let's Go Hunting arc, Josuke mentions the character Mickey Mouse. When Jotaro pokes the melted rats with a stick, Josuke compares it to how the character Aurelie pokes poop with a stick in the manga Dr. Slump.
Fair enough.
Araki has said that the design of Boy to Man may be influenced by the robot characters in manga by Mitsuteru Yokoyama. The design of the stand Little Feet is influenced by the XB2 robot from the graphic novel The Carnival of Immortals.
Very similar. Yeah.
When inside of Coco Jumbo, the TV is shown playing the anime Captain Tsubasa. Araki has said that the design of Metallica is inspired by the creatures called the Hattifatteners from the Moomin series.
The Moomins,
In
oh my
Naranci's
gosh.
bio, his favorite show is listed as Fist of the North Star. The name and premise of the There's 6 of Them arc are very similar to the shoujo manga They Were 11. In Stone Ocean Chapter 78, Jolene mentions the comic strip character Snoopy. In the artwork used for the cover of Volume 12, Jolene is wearing a button with the character Mickey Mouse, as well as the Weekly Shonen Jump logo.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
In the Bohemian Rhapsody arc, various fictional characters brought to life by the stand ability are either shown or mentioned. Near the beginning of the arc, Anasui repeatedly mentions the character Mickey Mouse. Mickey was originally intended to make a full appearance in the manga, but Araki's editors rejected it.
They're probably
in the
very
final manga,
skeptical
you
on
can
that.
see Mickey's tail from around the corner for a brief moment. At one point, the characters Astro Boy, Tetsujin 28, and Mazinger Z can be seen flying in the background. The American comic book character Spider-Man can be seen for a brief moment.
Oh, wow, the hand.
The characters Kenshiro and Rao from Fist of the North Star are mentioned. The Peanuts character Snoopy is also mentioned near the end of the arc. Other characters that appear, such as Pinocchio and Peter Pan, originate from stories that predate their Disney counterparts. However, it is likely that these appearances are still influenced by the Disney versions.
Yeah, probably.
For example, Peter Pan's design is very similar to the one in the Disney
costume,
movie.
yeah.
The heavy weather ability turning people into snails may be inspired by the story Uzumaki by Junji Ito.
Ooh.
Diego's backstory,
horror.
where his mother's hands are burned by feeding him soup, is a reference to the manga Dororo by Osamu Tezuka. Araki compares the stand Mandem to the Major League training brace worn in the baseball manga Star of the Giants. Araki has said that hot pants hiding her gender was inspired by the manga Rose of Versailles. Funny Valentine's hairstyle is similar to one seen in the manga Uzumaki. Araki has compared Tusk Act 4's head to that of the Zaku suits from Mobile Suit Gundam. When Josuke uses Soft and Wet to implant hair into Hato's face, the hair is in the shape of
stuff.
Ki's character, the dog from the manga Crayon. Jobin offers Josuke a Tetsujin 28 toy.
Goddamn. You have to skip some of that. I don't want to. But cool. Not as apparent to me, anyway, personally, as the TV and movie references. So there's a lot of older Japanese-inspired mangas that Fist of the North Star, cool. I'm aware of it. Astro Boy, Tetsujin, blah, blah, the retro robot stuff. But still cool to see. Interesting. The Goku pose with but oh god, what's his name? He has the sword swinging around. I was about to say Bucciarati, but that's not. That's the guy from Golden Wind. Oh my god. Polnareff. Polnareff. Sorry, my boss did me a favor, and I've just like absolutely just ripped into him for it, and now he's just jokingly threatening me to take it back. But anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video, I want to be able to watch Patreon reactions such as the original Dragon Ball series. Links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 off is all I ask. Tell us much. I was greatly appreciated. Thank you for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? You guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, really. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys all, guys, next time. Bye.